Hello, Lambda Lambs. Welcome back to another episode of What the F with Sunny LaRue, me, also known as the professional martini drinking blogger. We're back again to talk about, yet again, Steve Harvey and his issues with his staff. But before we get into it, you guys know what to do. Like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to click that notification bell so you won't miss out on when I post new episodes, do updates, or go live. It is the freest and easiest way to support the channel. And if you want to follow me on social media, I'm on all platforms. My handle is @SunnyLaRue17, or simply Google Sunny LaRue 17, and all my social media links, websites, podcasts will be available for you guys to check out. Now, let's get into this piece of tea, because child, we got to sip on this. Steve Harvey's been in the news the last couple of weeks because of that scathing interview that Cat Williams did over at Club Shay Shay. And I'll leave a link in the description box to that explosive interview. Okay? But we're not here to talk about that. I talked about it in 2 videos. And of course, links will be available in the description box for you guys to check those videos out if you have not yet. But we're talking about Steve Harvey's staff. Okay? And this has been an issue for him since 2016. Okay? A big issue for him since 2016. Okay? So I'm going to take you back to 2016. All right? And we're going to quote the Hollywood Reporter, because here we tell you who our sources are. And this is an article that I read and reread. This was published back in May of 2017, okay? And this is the beginning of Steve's problems, where his staff is starting to leak things to the press, okay? So, he went on the offensive because this letter was leaked out. So he goes and he talks to Kevin Frazier of E! Entertainment and the Hollywood Reporter. And he says that he don't apologize about the letter, but it's kind of crazy what people who took this thing and ran. Okay, so he took it. He's saying that his staff took this information and ran with it. Okay, but let's get into it. Okay. Let's get into it, because this is crazy. So, in this letter this memo that he sent out to his staff, says, quote, "There will be no meetings in my dressing room, no stopping or popping in, no one," in all caps, no one. "Don't come to my dressing room unless invited. Do not open my dressing room door." Now this is in all caps. "If you open my door, expect to be removed. I have been taken advantage of by my lenient policy in the past. This ends now. In caps, no more. I am seeking more free time for me throughout the day. Everyone, do not take offense to the new way of doing business. It is for the good of my personal life and enjoyment." Okay, so that was the letter that he sent out to his staff back in 2017. And, of course it didn't sit right with them. So, but he's been having issues with them leaking stuff throughout the years since this letter. Now, fast forward to 2023, okay? And he goes on to say in an interview, not directly responding to the Cat Williams Club Shay Shay interview, but in general, he's just talking. And he says he doesn't even post social media. He has a team to do that, okay? So his social media team is posting on various different platforms, okay? One of them is X. And someone on his social media team posed a question, which now the tweet since been deleted. What comedian, what famous comedian you don't like? Something to that effect. And it got back to Steve Harvey because, again, he doesn't post social media, right? But it's ironic because he went on X and blasted the former former employee for even coming up with that. And he fired his social media team, okay? So, this is according to The Sun. Steve Harvey, so pissed off, he implies he fired his social media manager over a negative tweet he never posts. Okay, so he apologized for the deleted tweet. He goes on a video because he was on vacation when all this happened. So on the tweet it says, a comedian you don't find funny at all. Okay, so that was the tweet. All right, so let's hear what he has to say. Okay, because I find this very interesting, and it's going to tie back to the Cat Williams Club Shay Shay explosive story, and I'm going to get you there. But let's hear what Steve Harvey has to say. So this is coming from him and him being pissed off that his social media team did him wrong.
They get in some nature, do some fishing. Somebody worked for me on my Twitter, put a statement out that was totally negative. I got to take responsibility for it because it worked for me. But the engagement was talking about name a comedian you don't think is funny. Why would I do something like that? That don't even make no damn sense. My whole brand is to be motivational. And I'm going to turn around and say something like that. You don't know where these young people at in their career, man. They could be coming up with anything. I'm all about positivity. I would have never done nothing like that. See, I'm so pissed off right now, man. Talking about I was trying to get some engagement. Okay. You trying to get some employment too. My bad, y'all. Now I got to come on here and do something, doing a damn selfie. So here it is. I'm sorry, man. My bad, y'all. Won't happen again, though.
Okay. Okay, so that was his quote from firing his social media team and his social media manager, okay? Now, here's where it all circles back to that Club Shay Shay interview, because Steve Harvey was accused of stealing jokes and ideas from Cat Williams and, Mark Curry. Okay, comedian Mark Curry. He stole the Halloween joke. That's been established. And he also allegedly stole the idea for hanging Mrs. Cooper and turned it into the Steve Harvey Show, where he was the principal. And that's when Cat talked about the fade and all of that. Okay. But in that response, he says he tries to uplift people. He takes responsibility for his brand. And I just find it very interesting because you are not taking responsibility for what you're being accused of. And the response that you gave was not necessarily a best response. You are saying Cat Williams is a hater. You're saying Mark Curry is a hater. You're saying all these other comedians like Bernie Mac that stopped talking to you before his untimely death is a hater. You have all these comedians saying these things about you, and you have the shady ass fans out there showing the proof, coming up with the receipts, instead of you just coming out saying, I'm sorry. I mean, I just don't see you being responsible. You're doing a Kevin Hart, just throwing salt in the wound. Okay? And as far as your staff is concerned, they're the ones that releasing all this information about you. How is we knowing that you and Marjorie are having problems? Okay? We don't know. We ain't sitting at the house with y'all. It's your staffer, your staffers that's closest to you that's releasing all this information. There's a rumor allegedly that his wife, Marjorie, his second wife, had an affair and he's begging her to come back. I mean, how did Kat know this story? How do we know this story? You know, and I don't like talking about rumors, but there it is. So the staffers are releasing all this information about you, Steve. And as a content creator, we're sucking it in. Because our people love, the co-hosts here, we reporting it. I mean, all that mean stuff that you say in your letters and the way you treat your staffers and stuff. And I'm also hearing out on these social media streets, y'all are some shady ass people on those social media streets. I tell you, let me tell you the shade of it all. Let me tell you that you treat your fans pretty crappy too. So those stories are out there. Whether they're true or not, they're out there. And you know, once it gets into the internet streets, it's there forever. That tweet was deleted off his social media account, but it's there forever. I just found it. So, I don't know. I don't think I could be an employee of Steve Harvey. I'm sure my co-hosts out there, you little lambs, y'all couldn't be. I know y'all out there are some shady ass. But what do you think of all this? What do you think of all this? Because now, at first when I heard the Cat Williams interview, I heard the shade, what he was throwing, the comedian, being a comedian, he's laughing at some of the situations, and you couldn't really tell if he was joking, if he was throwing shade, or if he's actually believing that this is really happening to him. But then seeing the response from Kevin Hart, Cedric the Entertainer, and now Steve Harvey, how shady they were in their response to all of this, right? And to see his reaction to his staff. I mean, everybody makes a mistake. But it makes me believe that he must have done something to this staff, his social media staff, to piss them off to the point where they would put something like that up there on social media. Like they want to invite trouble. I don't know. But you let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. What do you think of this story? It's trending, and that's why we're talking about it, because that's what we do here. It's trending, so we're talking about it. I'm sure all of us worked for employers that weren't so nice. Let me know your experience down in the comment section. How does this make you feel? Hearing that Steve Harvey is accused of all these things, stealing jokes, stealing ideas, treating his staff like crap. I don't see how this man have a staff. I really don't, because I cannot imagine treating my staff in such a way. Yes, they made a mistake, and I will sit down and just say, hey, that can't do that no more. I don't know if it's warranted to be firing, but a conversation should be had. But we are talking about Steve Harvey, who allegedly treats his staff like, because his free time is very important. All right, guys, let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Let me know about your experience with a difficult employer. We'll continue the conversation there. I'm still working on plenty more stories to share with you, so I'm going to get back at it, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.